Welcome back to DBS and Glow Factor Live. Remember earlier I said that I was going to introduce you to some more guests. Well, I do have one more, which is, she's no stranger to DBS and to Glow Factor Live because she's been supportive throughout. And I'm just always happy to see her because there's always something new brewing, and that should be a hint. But let me just remind you before I introduce the young lady that we're inviting you to participate to win dinner for two at Trios Caribbean Fusion Restaurants, okay? And what you have to do is you have to answer the question. I gave them the questions earlier. You can get the questions on Facebook. We'll email them to you if you like. One of the questions was to say what day does Lenny Stone perform his live set. Another question was to say what time is the happy hour. Now you can answer any of those questions and also give us a name of a woman that you think deserves recognition, okay? If you give us one of those answers, you have an opportunity to win dinner for two at Trios Caribbean Fusion Restaurant. Now, of course, to my guest tonight, Patricia is still with us, but I'd like to welcome Miss Dawn French to the set.
Thank you.
I like to say Miss Dawn French because I see you as a friend, and when you come on set, I see you as none other than a friend.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so thank you so much for joining us tonight.
You're welcome.
Now, you could be considered as a strong career woman, and also a very strong personality type person.
Yes.
What, I mean, when you look at International Women's Day, I mean, what does that mean for you personally?
Since you asked me to be on the show, I've been thinking about it, and it's interesting because I've never really thought of myself as a career woman. I just do what I have to do. Mm-hmm. I went through the school system, I went to university, into the job market. I never thought of myself as a woman going through the system. Mm-hmm. I know that other persons have had challenges because of their gender. You know, we talk about the glass ceiling and the casting couch. Mm-hmm. But I have not felt that I have had those challenges. And it's really just been doing my career and my work to the best of my ability. Mm-hmm. So I've never really thought of myself as, for example, as a director Nemo. I don't think of myself as a woman doing the director Nemo job. I'm just doing the job. You know,
I do understand where you're coming from, because when we were thinking about, you know, putting this program together, I suddenly realized that surrounding me were lots of women who I would consider strong, or I would consider career. And even if I had to put myself into that category, I didn't think about a career. I just did. I was fortunate, I think. I did what I liked doing. And because I did what I liked doing, I became better at doing it. And before you know it, you are part of a career. But of course, it's not like that for all of us. Some people, you know, they're brought up or they're raised and it's drummed into them. You are going to be a whatever it is. You're going to be a. So you do it anyway. But, you know, when we're putting the program together, I said that, you know, I realized that we are very fortunate to have a lot of women around us, whether you say strong, whether you say dedicated, whether you say career-minded. And I want to share some of those women that I thought of. Maybe you thought of some when you thought of the program, and maybe as well, and Patricia, you thought of some women that you felt were strong, and we were proud to call them women. And I thought of some, and some of our sponsors, I thought. But I started at first with our very own producer, Maria Fontanelle. Of course, very strong woman, you know. We also have our sponsors and sponsor representatives. They're very strong female role models, like Laurencia Cadet from Lime, Charmaine Butcher from Sissons in Carrasco, and her Rodney Bay store manager, Suzette Merrill. We have Anya DeVoe and Donna Casserum from Farron's. Tamara Edmonds from MAC Cosmetics, May Wayne, the star, Judith Verity, Mango Beach Inn, Dr. Desma Destang from Skin Science and Illumines, Candy Nicholas Bowen from Organica, Nadia Polius from Rituals Coffee House and Church's Chicken, Berthia Pal from Trios Restaurants and Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa, and her marketing executive, Jamaica Simon. So we have all these women actually part of the Glow Factor Live, networking, strong women, you know, and I just thought, wow, I'm flabbergasted. I just didn't stop and think about that, you know. And what would you say, any women that you thought of, Patricia, that, you know, whether when you were younger or even people that you watch in the news, did any women's name come to mind when you thought about women you'd like to recognize?
Yes. Mrs. Mary Danielle of Gara. She was the principal of the Deborah Government School. I can see she's a woman.
Wow.
I recognize her as a woman.
That's nice.
You know, for me, I look to my family when things like this come up and make me reflect. I think of the women in my family, my grandmothers on both sides, my mother, my aunts, my cousins, formidable women. I have an aunt at La Clery, Auntie Lucella James. I have my Aunt Muriel in Antrepo. These are older persons, but they are formidable. They're still formidable, and they don't lecture you, but you grow up seeing how they carry themselves. And just by the way they carry themselves,
That's true.
that is an example that you need to follow.
Yes.
And if, because of the way the family construct was for me, if you stepped out of line, someone would give you the eye. We were talking about it in the office. Do young people know what the eye is anymore? The look that someone would give you, and you step back in, and so that was the construct that I was raised in, with my sister and my cousins who are my age group. That is the family network that we grew up in. So my examples have been within my family and to some extent within the community of which we grew up in.
But why is it that it's seeming at the moment we are naming people who are older people in the community? What about the young women coming up now? What I'm pausing because I'm thinking I can't think, apart from Laverne, Spencer, I'm trying to think of the young people we have in St. Lucia that we can say, yes, they deserve some recognition. And I'm saying this because I'd like our viewers, email us, tell us what you think in terms of who should we be recognizing, especially when it comes to the youth. I mean, they are the ones who are going to be following through and carrying through. Because when I think of International Women's Day and I see all the events that are put on in St. Lucia, all the programs that we watch and the things that we listen, it pertains a lot to a lot of the people that aren't even in St. Lucia. Or if they are in St. Lucia, it's a closed shop. You know, or you feel slightly segregated, that you don't feel that you'll be comfortable to go to a certain place. It just seems to be catering for one set of people. And I really don't mean to be critical, because I think that it is a day that we should all be able to celebrate it in our own way. And for me, my achievement, if I said when I was younger, I wanted to have $10 in the bank, and that was for me, that would be my number one achievement in the world, that should not be belittled. I am still an important woman because I had a goal and I achieved it. It was $10. Why is it when we look at Independent or International Women's Day, it seems to be focusing on the people that we know, the regional, the national, the international women? Why isn't it focused on the people who have helped us? I'm asking a question. Answer me, Dawn, answer me, why?
You kind of said it in the question, is people we know. But that's why, you know, one of the financial houses here have a program called Unsung Heroes, where the community nominates people. Maybe we need to emulate that in other spheres. International Women's Day being an example where you could do Unsung Heroes within the context of International Women's Day.
But what about in the communities? Patricia, in your community, when it's International Women's Day, does your community do anything?
No.
But do they do stuff for Mother's Day?
Yes.
You see, why? But why would they do that?
Because let me tell you something about Mother's Day. Then Mother's Day, I got the Mother of the Year. I was not appointed. I sent 5 names down for them to select a name because I don't want to select the name. So when I sent the 5 names down, they asked me, why you not put your name? I said, no, just put 5 names. Leave the 5 names. But they wanted my name. So I said, no, but they tell me, yes, just send your I will put your name. They tell me, I will put your name. That's Babu, no, I will put your name. And that was the only Mother's Day they called Mother of the Year in church. When I had to call my name, I shocked because I didn't send my name down. And I was very proud when the person that wrote it said, how I am in the community. I am the mother of all the children in the community. not only my 7 children, but mother of all the children in the community. And,
can I just congratulate you for that? Congratulations. But if that's the case, they have recognized you as being, you know, a good mother figure. When it's International Women's Day within the community, perhaps it's something for you to look at, maybe next year, God willing, because not everyone is a mother.
No.
And International Women's Day could be a nice day for other people who have helped other people to be recognized, you know, and I'm just putting that out for any other community in St. Lucia. Why do we just celebrate Mother's Day? International Women's Day, let's bring it home, let's bring it into the community, let's recognize the people in the community who help us. And saying that, let's recognize a few more viewers who have actually added, they think that these women have added value to the community. Dame Paulette Louisi, the class and objectivity which she has served regardless of which party was in power at the time is admirable. That was nominated by Candy Nicholas Bowen. Again, our Governor General, Dame Paulette, my boss, Mrs. Joyce Destang, my dear friends, Mrs. May Wayne, Agnes Francis, and Emma Hippolyte, all amazing businesswomen, as well as strong and brilliant. I couldn't choose one. That was nominated by Berthia Paul. Yolanda Stanislas, because she's the best mom, my best friend, caring, kind, loving, and has always been there for those she loves. That was nominated by Loretta Stanislas. So many other people have nominated. We're going to put a full list of those on Facebook and email them. Miss Catherine Inglis Leon, principal of the Vidvitel Secondary School. Miss Frances Henry for being the first St. Lucian woman to achieve the rank of Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of crime, also because of her dedication and professionalism, nominated by Christopher Joseph. Elena Charles, nurse midwife at St. Jude Hospital for over 30 years. She's actually delivered many of the nurses in attendance at St. Jude's and has one of the wings of the hospital named after her. I was told Elena is at work this evening at St. Jude's, so we hope she's having a productive shift. Remember, you can win dinner for 2 at the exclusive Trios Caribbean Fusion restaurant and help a deserving woman win a certificate of recognition from Bay Gardens Resort. All you need to do is tell us the name of one woman who we have recognized tonight, or any woman that you would like us and Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Trios restaurant to recognize. Just answer one of these questions. What day of the week is Trios closed? What time of day does Trios serve half-price cocktails? And who plays a live set at Trios every Saturday evening? Can you remember who I said? I'm sure you remembered Lenny Stone,
yes,
right? Which day does Lenny Stone perform?
Saturdays.
So there you go. So you can answer all week long by texting, BBing, Facebooking, emailing the answer.
Does my name
you
go
can
in
only
the bag?
Yes, your name can go in the bag.
Because I just
I'm going to test you after the break. We'll be reading out more nominees after the break, and we'll be testing Dawn to see whether she'll win. So stay with us.